This episode of Organization Motivation is brought to you by JK Lumber and the New Hartford Shopping Center.
Hi, today we're here at the home of my client Tricia, who's a single mom with 4 kids. She's a busy, busy lady. Last year she had me come out and get her set up for school, get all the kids organized before they started school last year. Well, it's a year later, she really wanted to be on the show, and a couple of the systems needed a little tweaking. So we're back with Tricia and her family today to get everything back up and running again. So Tricia, how have you been?
Busy.
Very
busy.
Tricia is a teacher, so she works full-time as well as having 4 children. Now, last year we met Tricia, and tell us a little bit about how things went last year.
Well, last year I was just moving into a house. I was getting settled, and I've always been the mom who forgets to sign the paper, who forgets to sign the test, who forgets a doctor's appointment, and so I wanted to set up a system that would allow my children to take responsibility for their things, as well as create systems so that I stayed organized.
So what we're going to do real quickly now is just declutter this area, and then we're going to talk about some of the systems that we set up, and just to help some moms out there that, you know, have the same issues. This is my tip of the day. Bed Bath & Beyond, love the store, and they accept expired coupons. So never ever throw out a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. So let's put that in your coupons. We have a coupon area.
Every child has a clip, and anytime they have a permission slip or a test that needs to be signed, they put it on the clip. That way I know to look at it. As soon as I sign it, it goes back on the clip, and they're responsible for putting it back in their folder to go to school.
Excellent. What we did is we labeled each of the clips so the kids know their color. Who is this for? Is that Colin?
I'm assuming it's for Colin.
Colin. Okay, so Colin's right here. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit more about the Family Hub. We already mentioned the clips, and another thing that I really like to get busy moms involved in is a dry erase board. It's a calendar where we color coded so every child in the family has a different color. And this way mom and the kids too can be responsible for their activities and see what's going on a given day. How is that working for you?
That works great because usually my oldest daughter takes charge of creating the calendar every month. She puts all of her own activities on, and then I plug in as we go with the other activities. Then I always consult the school calendar.
Right.
So always for you know, days off, half days, things like that.
The other thing that I love to see families do is to create a bulletin board. And what we did with this family is we divided it into the 4 kids. So we have Kate, Caleb, Colin, and Allie, and they each have a place where their things can go, whether it's birthday invitations, important papers that they need up. It's just really easy for mom to maintain. The great thing about this area is this really was an unused part of Tricia's kitchen before we set up the system last year. So you can set up a Family Hub in any area of your kitchen or mudroom. Take any small space or large and create a wonderful plan to keep your family organized. This is another great area for Tricia to keep herself and the 4 kids organized. Last year we installed some really nice shelving systems with all these wonderful hooks and even labeled all the names. Unfortunately though, we weren't really sure about how much things were going to weigh, and some of the backpacks were so heavy that we needed to secure and get better anchors. So we've got that all set up for her. If you notice, mom gets 1 hook and each of the 4 children get 2 hooks. It's a great way to keep them organized. I think it's important to make sure that you're using the proper anchors, and when you're going into drywall, you can go right to JK and they can give you some guidance on this. And so we were able to reinstall this, and what we're going to do now is we're going to have the kids come in and hang up their stuff. So look at what a difference. Now the kids are going to be responsible. They're going to take ownership of their own things, which is going to make mom's life a lot easier. Each child has 2 hooks. They're clearly labeled with their name, and we've got a hook for mom on either side as well. Another area that we really needed to help Tricia with was this closet, which is right in her kitchen, and we've created kind of a little mini mudroom here for her. So Tricia, let's talk about some of the things we did here.
My favorite thing in the closet that we did was installing the Craft-Made shoe caddy. Basically, it was very easy to put together. I did it myself. Every child is color coded, and so when they come home, they just open their color coded bin and they put their shoes inside, and then they're out of the way. Because before it was just there were shoes everywhere, and I spent a lot of time picking them up. So now they're responsible for putting their own shoes away.
Great.
Another area that we did was a homework caddy. And this way, when we're doing homework at the kitchen table, all of their supplies that we could possibly need are right in here. So we don't have to go searching for glue and crayons and calculators. Everything is right here. So it's really easy. You just grab it, put it on the table, and then we're able to do our homework.
Excellent. And before, that was kind of, I remember that was one of your big complaints.
We were scrounging around for supplies all the time, and we spent probably a good 20 minutes just looking for all the things that we needed to get our homework done.
Okay, so good. That was a time saver too. And here's a great tip too. We have a nice hook that we installed for Trisha's pocketbook. Sometimes we don't always like to leave things out in the open. You just never know if somebody's, peering through the window. So it's nice to kind of put those pocketbooks away. So this is a nice, great area that's helping keep the family organized.
One of the major reasons that all of our systems fell apart is because I took it upon myself to do everything for them. And I thought as a mom, I didn't want to hear myself complain and ask them to do things over and over and over again, so I just started picking up after them. And in the long run, it got me really unorganized and it made me frustrated.
Well, I'm so glad that we have gotten Trisha and her family back in order. They're a wonderful family, and I think life's going to be a little less hectic for you, huh?
Yes, thank you very much.